Disclaimer. The conversations, ideas, plans, and other content of this podcast do not constitute advice about investing in cryptocurrency or any other types of investment. We are learners, not investment experts, and we intend this podcast only to be a record of our own journey into cryptocurrency investments. Enjoy!
Welcome to Getting Started with Crypto, Episode 9. This is James. Josh just inexplicably left the country. We think he went to Switzerland. We don't know why.
He cashed out.
Yeah. But I think he'll be back next week with a gold jacket on. But this is James, and I have with me Chris. Say hi. This is Chris right here in front of me.
Hi.
Yes, thank you. Christian.
What up?
Joel.
How's it going?
Wilson.
Hey.
Joe.
What up?
All right, so I guess the way Josh would usually start this is we would talk about how our week went. In summary, yes.
Yes.
Hey, yeah.
I guess I'll start. My portfolio pretty much rose by 4 times, or maybe 3.5 times.
Technical difficulties already.
So, Chris, how about you? How's your portfolio going?
Good. I hit 8 times and then I'm now down to 7. Like 7.5.
Man, that's terrible news. Gosh.
Yeah, I'm 4 times since we got started a little over a month ago.
Yes. Okay. How about you, Joe?
Well, my Tron went up 1,100% at one point, and now it's only now it's only at like 900. So, I mean, I guess it's all right. But yeah. So overall, really good week. Good week.
Yeah. Wilson, how about you?
Yeah, I doubled this week. So.
Yeah. You've gone to like, trashy car to medium quality car?
Yeah, no Lambos yet.
No Lambos yet.
No Lambos.
Christian.
Nice Mercedes though.
Yeah, it's about 60% on the week.
Nice. Speak that way.
Oh yeah, 60% on the week.
Okay, there we go. All right, so we have a few interesting things to talk about this week, and I think we'll start with what do we call them? What's the polite word for inky dinky coins? Is there a polite word?
Crap coins?
Crapper coins.
Crapper coins. We'll call them crapper coins because YouTube is weird about swearing.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
We have one simple rule. Simple rule.
These are coins that are worth far, far less than a cent. And sometimes like 1/100th of a cent. Sometimes maybe 1,000th of a cent.
Yeah. So this week I've noticed this trend of coins that are maybe 1/10 of a cent, 100th of a cent, and the growth I've seen in these coins is anywhere from 300% to over 1,000% growth, and the growth is it can't be explained. None of these tokens have issued a new white paper, any sort of new technology. There's no actual reason for the growth that I can see other than new money coming in the market and saying, hey, here's a coin that's 1/10 of a cent. Maybe it'll be a penny, so I'm going to throw some money at it.
Right.
And it's that hive mentality that just pumps this coin up. But
well, it's like they're worth, when something's worth like 1,000th of a cent, any growth is exponential growth.
Yeah.
Like to go from 1,000th of a cent to maybe 500th of a cent, huge growth. You just exploded.
Yeah, and typically though, I mean, these coins, with the way market caps and circulating supply works, we shouldn't be seeing the growth in these coins that we are, because some of these coins, they're hitting the top 100 coins on CoinMarketCap, billion-dollar caps on crapper coins.
Yeah, I think like I think as like the main Bitcoin, Ethereum, blockchain scene grows in popularity, it's driving down mainstay people down deeper into the depths of
so you think it's mainstay
coins.
people that are trying to search out these kind of hidden secret coins that just no real value to them, but they're finding them? Because I go the other way where I feel like it's new money looking for, I don't want to get into, they want to find the next Bitcoin,
right? And
I want to get in at the ground floor or something that's 1/2 cent, but I didn't think about it the way you were speaking, so maybe there is some sort of combination of both, really.
Well, you could be right. I mean, my own personal experience with my growth in this market is, so when I first got into it, I happened to get into it with Cobb because another member of the club just, pressured me to get into Cobb, and that was a good idea. But other than that, I was like, okay, there's this thing called Ethereum, and I was like, my mind was in the top 10 to top 25 coins, and then like, but you could go deeper. oh, there's these things called ICOs. Oh, you can go deeper. And like
you don't want to go too deep.
Like
Ooh,
every few weeks I realize there's like a new there's a new way to go deeper into this matrix, right?
Mm-hmm.
That I didn't know before. And so one of the, like, for example, just this week I bought one of the coins we're going to talk about right now. We'll talk about now, Kin coin. I bought and sold. So the Kin coin, this is related to Kik,
yeah.
That's like the video talking company.
Yeah, it's an app, so
the
a messaging app.
The messaging app.
Messaging app. Okay.
Yeah, and it's the token. I think people, it started out at a fraction of a penny, and then people see Kik, which is evaluated over $1 billion company. So naturally, Kik has a new coin out. Let's all buy that up.
Right.
And then people that got in early, they're seeing 400%, 500%, 600% returns, and it skyrockets. But if you actually look at the token metrics, the amount of circulating supply, what the token's intended to do, it's my opinion that it's completely overinflated at this point. Will there be
It's a worthless coin worth a lot.
It's a Vegas casino at this point. You're looking at a roulette table of if it's going to continue to go up or if it's going to crash right down. So by all means, if you're interested in these tokens, there's definitely opportunity to make some money. But in my opinion, it's the same odds as going to Vegas and betting a hand of blackjack.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like it's undervalued. I feel like in the same way that like the stock market, you have your blue chip and your pink slip stocks. So you have the pink slip stocks, which you can go in with less money, much higher risk, but the potential to make a fortune, the potential to change your life drastically with a small amount of money. But yes, it's a huge risk. So if you're going to do pink slip stocks and stuff like that, usually you want to do it when you know more about the company, you feel a little bit more confident about what you're getting into and stuff like that. And so I feel like it's a different strategy. And as for the type of crap coin, if you will, I think that now we're getting towards the place in the cryptocurrency where it might not matter so much anymore what the backing of the coin is and what it actually does. In the same way that in a stock market, if someone says, hey, there's such and such a stock, and it looks like it's going to go up and it's going to rise. So what do? You go and put money on that stock. But as far as you don't know anything too much about said thing. You just assume it's a company. You assume that this stock represents some company and has something to do with something, and all these things you just naturally assume because it's all based on hype and you're jumping in. And I think the same is now happening in the crypto market where there's something like Patcoin where it's like, well, what in the world does that even do? Who knows? Everyone's getting in on it, and that's how you make your money. You're not worried about what they do or where they live or what product they make. You're worried about just putting your money in this quote unquote pink slip crap coin and watching it shoot to the moon.
Yeah. I think maybe something that should be said is part of the danger of these crapper coins, other than the the risk of investment, is that you have to go to exchanges that you may be very unfamiliar and less stable than you're used to. So like I'm looking at Kin, right? If you want Kin, you're going to have to do business on either Delta or Mercatox or Bancor Network or COS.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're going to hate your life.
All of those are, I mean, who am I to judge what's going on with these as companies, but my user experience with them are always shifty and shaky and worrisome.
And I think these coins are the most likely to be manipulated.
Yeah.
There's definitely an opportunity to make a lot of money, but know that there are such things as pump and dump groups on the internet, large communities of people that will intentionally drive up the price. And
a lot of
I
big
imagine
money.
that to these communities, these are the prime target coins because they're going to be the easiest to manipulate. Another thing to be wary about, I actually made a bet on a crapper coin. I went in on Patcoin. I had never heard of it, but I saw it on Cryptopia, an exchange, and it was just kind of going crazy. So I threw in $100. Woke up the next day and I was up 300% on it. But with that said, for the past 2 days on Cryptopia, you have not been able to trade Patcoin. They've completely locked trading. So that tells me that either the market's being manipulated or they can't handle the level of volume. Because I think for the $100 I bought something like 6 million tokens. So that's how micro of a token it is. But I think you guys experienced that with another token with wallets getting locked and having trouble moving them in and out. So, not only is it the risk of the pump and dump, but it's the risk that at any time these exchanges may just shut down transfers temporarily, and who knows what that will do to the market.
Then you're locked in,
Sure.
and then even though you had a gain, if it drops back down while you're locked in, it's not a gain anymore because you can't actually capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's not a gain until you've converted
Yeah,
to Doge.
Something I've done for my own benefit is when I'm buying these crap coins, I'm also selling up my sell order for them.
That's smart.
So I'm not having to react to news and rush to anything. Like, if it spikes, the business will be, and it spikes to my sell order, the business will be done for me before I even hear that it got there, and I can be out.
Yeah, and that's a great strategy. It's one that if I was a smart man, I'd be doing the same thing. I think ideally, if I'm going to go in on one of these coins, I'll set a sell order at 100%, sell order at 200%, 300%, and onward. So at these different benchmarks or levels, I can be taking that profit.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. We mentioned a few of these, right? We mentioned Espers, we mentioned Packcoin and Kincoin. Was there anything worth mentioning there that we didn't?
You know, Dimecoin was another one that I couldn't understand why it's been pumping. And you know, you can go to coinmarket.com, go to the trending section, go to the gainers and losers, and just filter it to the top gainers, and you'll see. You know, most of these coins are very low market cap and all the way up to 1,000% gains on the week.
So, switching topics now. So Bittrex a little while ago announced that they weren't accepting any more accounts, right? And then Binance recently has done the same thing. And this has raised a question for me that I thought we could discuss. So in my mind, and correct me if I'm wrong, I've always thought of Bittrex and Binance as like the two biggies, at least as of late. Like they're the big boys of the exchanges for altcoins.
And to me, the easiest to use.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But now that those are closed communities, at least for the time being, who do you think is going to rise to the top now? Who's going to fill in the shoes for at least the new accounts? Like who's the big daddy now?
Yeah, who I see growing and rising and really capitalizing on the issues that Bittrex and Binance are having with all the new market share coming in is KuCoin. And the reason I say that is they hold a lot of smaller altcoins that have absolutely exploded. Is that where XRB is on KuCoin?
I think it is now,
Railbox? Yeah. So, I mean, coins like that are just a ton of chatter online. You can't get it on Binance even if you have an account.
Yeah.
So you're naturally going to go to KuCoin. And then their token, the KuCoin token, has gone up from, let's see, December 26th, it was $1.42. And today it's $18.68.
Oh, geez.
So, I mean, that tells me that their market is growing big time.
Yeah.
But I think that's also just the crypto market in general. It can't... It's having... The exchanges are having issues...
keeping up.
Yeah, scaling to this amount of growth. They're not able to scale to the amount of money and accounts coming in.
Yeah. And, you know, the nice thing about KuCoin, my experience so far, is it's just worked, right? And some of these... Like, to this day, Ether Delta doesn't always just work. And there's always some kind of...
Does it work at all is my question.
So, and that's the nice thing about KuCoin is it everything I've wanted it to do, it has done, which is nice. What else? Let's see. Does Robinhood have a chance here?
I think Robinhood has a chance. I think there's still a little bit of a ways out from mass adoption. Just in the sense that, you know, right now you can only trade for Robinhood, CMT, ETH, and Bitcoin.
Yeah, on the 12th that changes.
On the 12th that changes. They're adding in, I don't know,
Bat
somewhere between
was one of
5
them.
and 10 tokens.
EOS, gold,
On the 12th, that changes.
But, you know, the one thing I've ran into on ETH, one thing I've run into just on Robinhood when trying to trade is there's not any volume there yet. So if you're trying to trade Bitcoin to Ether to Bitcoin, good luck because the buy and sell orders are spread so far apart due to the lack of volume there.
Yeah.
It's not an ideal trading exchange, but they are putting in the correct pieces right now to build it up. So I think it's still a good opportunity to get onto the Robinhood exchange, even buy coins which have grown tremendously this week. I think the last I saw was around 65 cents a coin.
Cool. Okay, so KuCoin, Robinhood in maybe the far distance, right, with some growth and some sharpening of its tools. Anything else?
Quickly wanted to mention a coin that I discovered this week that I'm pretty excited about. It's called SophiaTX.
Oh, well, we might be in... Well, yeah, that might be the purchase of the week, but let's hear about it. Let's hear about it now.
Oh, yeah, so getting ahead of myself, but I clearly I'm just too excited. But so what kind of is drawing me in is my background. I used to work for a B2B software company that specializes in automating invoice processing for large companies, and I've learned that it is just a huge multi-billion-dollar industry.
Okay.
SophiaTX is creating an application that utilizes the blockchain for invoice processing for large enterprise, big corporations, which is huge. Not only are most companies still manually invoice processing, but there are software solutions out there to do it. But blockchain brings in a whole new paradigm to it because of the privacy, because of the speed. Actually, one of my contacts at LinkedIn, they're an SVP at SAP, and just 2 weeks ago, I saw them posting a blockchain article. And the guys behind the SophiaTX coin, they have backgrounds working for SAP, working for G&E, big companies, big opportunity. Currently trading at just under $1. But you can only find it on Ether Delta and one other exchange. It's called Cryptos, Qryptos.
That sounds legit.
Yeah, I went ahead and set up an account there, but I saw there's a caveat. You can't withdraw money until you give them all your private information. So I'm holding off, but you will find SophiaTX on January 12th on Robinhood.
Well, that means by now.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're willing to go through Ether Delta, or it's a little bit cheaper to get it on that crypto site. So if you're willing to take that risk,
yeah,
I see it as a great opportunity. I know it under $1 or around $1 sounds high, but if you look at the total supply of coins, there's only 350 million tokens, which is low in the crypto world, and I think it has opportunity to be in the next year if they take off $100 coin.
What's the ticker on that?
SPHTX.
SPHTX?
Yes.
Okay. And always, when you're hunting out a new coin and maybe you forget some of the information we've given, all you got to do is go into CoinMarketCap, right, and look up this coin. Also, we'll put a lot of this information in our comments section so you can follow any links we put there. We'll make sure that they're legit links. So I guess that will be maybe our $5 purchase for the week, SophiaTX.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's at 93 cents right now.
So I'm gonna get 5 of them.
Yeah. It's just the beginning. People don't know about it, and just I naturally gravitate to the coins that are gonna be into enterprise businesses because I just know how much money is in that world, and people coming into the market, they want to invest into coins that are into these known organizations.
That's the realistic gain of what these cryptocurrencies do, right? Is they take what we believe in and like as far as like business wise and like ground level, like, hey, like I said, this is only $1, but you see it's going to be $100 coin, but you have the knowledge right now, like, hey, this is a profitable industry, and that's, exactly. it makes sense.
So, Chris, let's end with this, or Wilson, let's end with this topic, or maybe we'll save it for next time. But we were talking about exit plans, right? How do you, when you're suddenly finding yourself just weighed down by so much altcoin success, what do you do? What's the exit plan? What, at least as of today, like, what's the exit plan? How can you get, like, my exit plan right now would be personally to consolidate and then consolidate to one of the bigger coins like Ethereum, for example, and then move it to Gemini, right? Where I think I would probably make my USD move from there. But is there better options? Are there other options?
I don't know. That's pretty much the same thing I was thinking. Honestly.
Yeah, using Gemini. Like sort of in the Gemini versus Coinbase world, Coinbase moves faster but with bigger fees. Gemini, you're always waiting a few days for things to be
well, also Gemini
finished.
didn't play games with Bitcoin Cash getting added. So yeah.
And I've liked Gemini's like UI and the record keeping. A few times I've rushed back to Gemini and be like, what did I do? What do I have? And it was all very clear. In like on the browser on the right side, there's a history of what you have done personally on Gemini, and it's very clear, really well done. Is there any other exit plans?
I mean, if you don't mind the fee, I personally like Coinbase. Like I like the ease of access, having the app and just being able to go in and out whenever I want. Like it's.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Gemini, so I'm going to go take a look at them after this. But my plan's been to cash them out through GDAX or Coinbase, just because I'm most familiar with the interface and I trust it at this point. But when it comes to
on
exits,
GDAX, can you go to USD?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and then you just wire it directly to your bank account.
Or is it USDT?
I believe it's USD.
I'm not questioning. I'm curious.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's USD.
I guess I am asking
77% confident in that statement.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'll take those odds. I'll take those percentages.
Yeah.
But just kind of strategy, I'm getting to the point where I'm thinking in the next week or two of pulling out my initial investment. Mm-hmm. Just so that I have tangible fiat, which, in this world, a lot of us think fiat is useless, but at the same time, I like the idea of having some money in my bank account that I can spend.
Well, yeah, there's an interesting balance. If you're going to be successful in trading cryptocurrencies, you have to be both aggressive and smart. And the smart side is, in my opinion, when you see success, take out your initial investments. So you know that if your continuing investment continues to grow, you can, and then it crashes, then you took out what you initially had.
Yeah, I think you set goals. You set goals of when you hit certain benchmarks, certain amounts in your portfolio, you're pulling out percentages along the way to lock in guaranteed profit. And you know what? If the market does a big dip, now you've got all this money that's out of the market that you can put back into it when the market's low and increase your profits.
Okay, well, I think we'll stop there. Go look at please comment if there's anything you guys want us to look into. We'll totally look into it. We're always looking for the next thing to explore. If you have any opinions about the things that we said in this podcast, we want to hear about it, or you can just tell everybody else how wrong we are about everything, and you might be right. And also look into I keep wanting to say comment section, the description for links to some of these things we've talked about if you want to quickly move over on your browser to some of these various coins or exchanges or whatever. So with that, we're out.